All right. So I'm a counseling psychologist. I've done my bachelor's in psychology, my master's in clinical psychology. I've done my PG diploma in guidance and counseling, and I've completed my BA as well. Currently, I am working with a school as a counselor and also a PGT psychology teacher. I have worked with the Air Force, ICMR, and renowned schools of Gurgaon as a school counselor. And also, I'm associated with a lot of institutions as a psychologist. I'm also a personality development lecturer, and I practice meditation since past 14 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Now, since you are meditating for last 14 years, please tell us about the benefits of meditation on overall, well-being of the person.
So meditation, like people always say that when you reach a certain age, then you should start focusing on all these things. And in the early years of your life, you should focus on your career or other things regarding your life. But I totally disagree with that fact. I would like to say that as soon as you can, you should start meditating in life because meditation brings you in touch with yourself. You get to know yourself as a person, you get to know who you really are, what you want in life, and how you can go about life. It makes you touch your ground. Because it's a very fast paced life these days. We have so much of technology, we have so much of information, we lose touch with ourselves. So today, in today's times, meditation is extremely important to disconnect from everything and in the end to connect with ourselves.
Sounds very good. So, what are the challenges you face while, talking with people, counseling them, making them again onto the main track? So, what are the challenges you face?
The major challenge that we face is the stigma that is with mental health around. People at times do not want to accept at all that they have an issue, and it can be treated well. For example, when we have high blood pressure or we have fever, we always reach out to the doctor, and we have no hesitation regarding it. But if we have any issue regarding the mental health, we think twice about it. Oh my God, what will the neighbors say? Oh my God, relatives ko pata chal gaya to kya hoga? And that is very wrong because it's just an issue and it can be treated. And just because you cannot see it physically or you cannot feel it physically, it's all in your mind. So that doesn't mean that you can just get away with it, or you can be okay with it after a certain point of time. You need to seek help when it is important.
Mm-hmm. But why this stigma is there in the society? Have you
I don't
studied
know
on
because
that?
people, yeah, because we have been trying to talk to people and understand why is it like that. Because people always say the word pagal attached with all this mental health system is what is not very good. And using tags ke are chote bachcho ko bhi, if we look at it, even the schools and everything, we tag them very easily. Oh, learning disability ho rahi hai ya padhne mein kuch zyada wo hai ya thoda sa hyperactive hai bachcha, to are isko ADHD hoga. So teachers also, so we need to sensitize people a lot. We need to make people aware that it is okay, we can help, we are there. And giving them tags and ruining their life on basis of that is very, very wrong. So yeah, because of that.
Okay. Could you tell us about your success stories in treating the people?
Yes. So I would like to mention here specifically that these days, the youth of the country, to be very honest, the youngsters are very aware of mental health, seeking counseling, seeking professionals to make themselves better. They are ready to accept that, okay, something is there, okay, I'm ready to take help. However, if we go to the generations of our parents or older than that, the grandparents, they are not ready to accept till date. They are like, "Arey, arey, aisa kuch nahi hota hai." Even their youngsters, for example, a lot of psychologists reach out to me and tell me that my parents are not ready to accept that there is something like that, even when I am pursuing psychology. So, you understand the difference. So the generation coming is understanding, but the generation that's left or the generation that's leaving is still not ready to understand. But I'm very happy that the future of the country is understanding the importance of mental health.
Okay. So, in your psychological treatment, what sort of methods or tools or what sort of things you use in treating the
Correct.
clients of yours?
All right. So I need to clarify this because these days a lot of psychologists, so-called psychologists, are practicing without proper education, without proper degrees. They are just going out giving therapies. So we need to understand that there is a set criteria and there is a set form of qualification that you need to have to practice as a psychologist. So, for example, you must be seeing on Instagram as well, there are a lot of self proclaimed therapists these days, which is very wrong. So we need to understand that only when you have an MPhil and you've done an MPhil in clinical psychology are you supposed to practice as a clinical psychologist. I myself don't have an MPhil, so I don't practice as a clinical psychologist. So we need to understand that, and then only you can devise therapies, or you can devise assessment tools, or you can use different techniques and tools according to the needs of the client. So that is very important, to recognize the need of the client and accordingly using your own tools or the therapies that you've learned or you've studied in your education.
Okay. Great. So how do you keep yourself motivated all the time? Because you are meeting the people who are having some sort of mental health. So that may affect you while you are talking with the, any children or the people, grown-up people, successful people, any type of person. So he may be, putting pressure on your mental health also. So how do you keep yourself motivated all the time?
That is a very good question that you asked, because even the younger lot who are now taking up psychology to study, they also ask me that, ma'am, there will be times where everybody is coming to you with an issue. You would never notice a client coming to you because the client is very happy and he or she wants to share something. They would always come to you with an issue. So how would you keep your mental health in check? And it is very important to realize first that detachment is very, very important. You need to know where you can detach. You need to understand that where detachment can take place. The moment you step out of your office, you need to make sure that it's done and dusted. Your personal and professional life should be different. People tend to merge them. Tend to go out and discuss the clients with their family members. Oh, I got this client today and he had this and this issue. You need to realize that is also you are breaching the confidentiality of the client. Secondly, you need to understand that if you are facing struggles, or if you are feeling that somewhere my mental health is declining, somewhere it is now getting to me, you also should seek help. Because at the end of the day, people end up thinking, oh my God, I am a psychologist. How can I seek help? How can I go out and reach out a mental health expert when I am the one who helps people? But there should be no shame, and it is okay if you're a clinical psychologist, counseling, whichever psychologist you are. But if you're feeling that it is now getting to you, then you should feel no shame in seeking help from some other individual.
Okay. So what are your USPs? Why people come to you for counseling? Your unique special points.
I personally, what I have observed is I'm very good at rapport establishment. So I have always been a very talkative kind of a person. So I wouldn't correlate this with the field of counseling, but however, it helps. If you're good at making friends, or if you're good at being with people socially, you can make people comfortable around you. You can give them a feeling of trust, a feeling of, yes, you can come to me and share your secrets with me, and they'll be with me at all times. So it becomes a little easier on that path. So people tend to trust you a little more easily. People tend to reach out to you a little more because you give them that feeling of comfort. You give them that environment where they feel that, okay, this is a safe place and I can go. So that, I would say, that has been my plus point.